Pastor Rudy Rasmus is the senior pastor of St. John's downtown in Houston, Texas, and the cultural architect of the Love Revolution. His dangling beard is his filter, and Sunday mornings is when only a fraction of his work happens. It started in 1992 when he arrived and faced an obvious need.
I had to step over one of our clients / congregants to get into the building, and it only made sense to bring that person on inside with us. So homelessness was first, and immediately we discovered that people were hungry.
It started with one hot meal a week and grew to serving meals every day. The Bread of Life was birthed out of the work, a nonprofit that also offers a place for people to shower, launder their clothes, get counseling, come off the streets at night, and HIV services.
HIV has, around certain faith communities, had been this big scary thing, and we defied the big scary thing by offering funeral services back in the day when people were really devastated health-wise by the virus. We did a lot of funerals when many churches unfortunately turned their backs on families because of the stigma.
Sundays at St. John's do more than feed your soul. In addition to the moving music and spirited sermons, there are meals that heal and free anonymous HIV tests. Not your ordinary church tradition, but one Pastor Rudy feels is necessary.
It's better to know your status. So what better place to get tested than in a place where the people will love you regardless to your status. So homelessness, hunger, and HIV have been really a big focus of ours since the early days.
He's a self-declared street ethicist who acknowledges his credentials are simply his life experiences. He's kind of like the mayor of a small town and says to serve is to answer a calling.
The people who are cut from the budget first are the ones who are perceived as non-voters, and then perceived secondarily as people who don't contribute to the GNP. But I've often said that a city's greatness is determined by how it treats its poorest citizen. I also believe that about a country.
Pastor Rudy is far from typical and is often challenged for feeding people as though it counteracts with giving people spiritual sustenance. That's when he turns to Matthew 25 and the conversation Jesus had with his disciples.
People who should have known him best, who had been traveling with him for at least 2 years at that point, said, "So exactly when did we give you something to drink when you were thirsty, and and when were you naked and we gave you some clothing?" And they went down the list, and Jesus looked at them and said, "Whenever you did it for one of the least of these, my brother and sister, you did it also for me." That kind of spells it out.